Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about that maybe in part 3. So real quick, is all of this stuff that I'm talking about necessary? So do we really have to find the limiting factor of every exercise? Do we really need to know the exact number of reps for every single exercise? My answer is going to be yes, because it's true that beginners will get results from anything you do to them. So you can do really stupid shit and not really have a clue what the hell you're doing. But if all you ever train are beginners, or you're just a beginner yourself, you're still going to get results. You're never really going to understand what you do or don't know. You're never going to become a better trainer if all you ever train are beginners, because you'll have no freaking clue why anything you're doing actually works. Anything you try will seem to work. So you're going to think you're a freaking genius because you're like, man, I can get this person to progress. I can get this person to progress. All my clients are moving forward in progress. I'm such a great trainer. No, it's because they're going to make progress from any dumb thing you do because they're so damn new to all the stimulus. Okay? So eventually you do need to know this, though, because once you get a beginner client good enough to become intermediate or advanced, you're going to need to know this information. Or if you ever want to work with intermediate or advanced clients, you're going to need to know this information. So real quick example is a year or so ago, I tore 3 muscles in my legs, and I had to start back over squatting at true body weight. I actually could not squat my body weight for a couple weeks. I then had to eventually work like 2 or 3 months in to get back to the bar. And within a year, I was able to go back to a competition and squat over 400 pounds. Now, that's not amazing because I was squatting 600 when I tore the muscles, but I'm on my way to getting back to where I was. And in that year that I took to come back from my injuries, okay, there was actually another person. I'm not going to say their names. It's not positive towards them. But there was another person who was around my strength levels that I was kind of using as like a guide. And I'm like, well, let's see what results they can make in a year. See if I can actually get back from my injuries and actually catch up to them. And believe it or not, I did. So in 1 year of them being healthy, I made more progress while tearing 3 muscles, doing all my rehab, and coming back in a year. I'm actually stronger than them at the exercises that I wasn't injured and related to, and I'm getting back to their strength level in my injuries. And they had a whole year of being healthy. I had a whole year of being jacked up and torn up. And why in that same year can I get back to where they were and past them, even though they were healthy for the whole year, is because I know how to pick the best exercises. Meanwhile, they were doing a bunch of stupid shit programmed by them, by an advanced trainer, quote unquote, bullshit. But the trainer had them doing a bunch of stuff that targeted the wrong part of their technique, and it had a whole bunch of limiting factors that were in the way of them actually making progress. So I feel bad for them because they trained their ass off for a year, following a program that was supposed to be good, but it wasn't. And in that year, they didn't really get a lot stronger, and I was actually able to rehab my injuries and come back and be stronger than them. Now, I don't do that to put them down. I want to give you that example to show why it's important. Okay? Is that person trained their ass off for a year, and they didn't really make significant progress. And that sucks. And that's what I want you to avoid in your own training and help your clients avoid. Okay? So why this is important, all these stupid little questions, all this analytical kind of thought process behind exercise selection, is because it keeps people safe. Okay? It prevents wear and tear injuries that can negatively impact their overall health, mental, emotional, relational, like how well they love going to the gym, how good they feel about their body, all of that stuff. If they're constantly beat up all the time, all that stuff is going to go down the drain. Okay? You're also going to help them get faster results, which actually makes people more excited and hooked on their training. So you're going to get better client retention. You're going to get people to stay with training longer. Okay? They're going to be more excited to train. It also fuels your passion as a trainer to continually analyze and think things through. And that helps prevent burnout because it's not just the same stupid stuff all the time. You're learning and analyzing. And then also, the better you understand this stuff to help your clients' training, you can improve your own training as well. Okay? So thank you for investing into this. Maybe we'll come back in part 3 and talk a little bit more about how to exactly figure out rep ranges for all exercises and how you can actually do that more simple than what it sounds like. Okay, so hopefully you guys find this stuff helpful. If you do, please let me know, because I kind of question how detailed I should get sometimes with podcasts. So if you like this type of deeper detail, please take just a couple seconds, okay? And either click like on the podcast so I know, or send an email to brutalironjim@gmail.com telling me you like this stuff. But if this is of any interest, please let me know so I have an idea if this is good or bad, or if we should continue down these kind of things or not. Okay? So if you don't mind, take a minute or two and give me some feedback, and I promise I'll steer this podcast where you guys want it to go if you tell me and let me know where you want it to go. Okay? Cool. So if you like the podcast, please share it with family and friends. The more people we help, the happier the world will be. Also, if you like this information, you can find more from us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Brutal Iron Gym. And if you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. The podcast is for you, so we want to know what you want to learn about. Okay? And you can tell us at our email at brutalironjim@gmail.com. As always, I hope this was helpful, and thank you for listening. And thank you for watching.